Ta-da! I figured out how to do it. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Fat Hats. Glad to see y'all here this morning. I have a little bit of an odd message this morning because I'm trying to bring a point home, and the only way I can figure out how to do it is this way. And it's going to sound a little bad, but I promise you'll get where I'm going with this eventually. My text, oh, by the way, forgot to bring my notes with me, so I had to do a little jotting down. So here we are again with me not bringing my notes. So y'all bear with me today. It's going to be okay. Psalms 137:9. Happy shall they be who take your little ones and dash them against the rock. You ever read that verse? If you've read the Bible through, then yes, you've read it. Most people don't even realize that this verse is in the Bible. And the reason that I'm reading you this verse is because I want to drive home the point that the Bible should be taken seriously, but not literally. Coming from a Baptist fundamentalist background, we were raised that the Bible was literal, that people who took it figuratively didn't know what they were talking about. But the truth of the matter is that there is so much figurative language in the Bible that taking it seriously is so important. There are so many much deeper truths that are there than just taking it literally. If you take it literally, you're going to narrow your scope. But I think anybody would agree that it is not a good thing for their babies to be dashed against the rocks. I know I wouldn't be happy about it. I think anybody who was a parent would be like, you're not going to take my child and dash them against the rocks. This verse is amongst the verses in that chapter are for war grief. Like they have been through war and they're sad. Like the enemy has done very bad things to them. And this is pain. This is coming from a place of pain and anguish. It's not a literal invitation to throw your kids on rocks. Okay? Just like, I'm not going to go into all the verses. There are numerous verses in the Bible that are like this, that if you take them literally, they're going to take you to some very dark places. And also, something to think about, in Leviticus, I didn't write down the actual verse, and I don't know what it is off the top of my head, but it is in Leviticus. It's when they're given the orders for how they are to be pure and set apart. There is verses that talk about how that you should not wear blended materials. Okay? If we took that literally, then none of us would be wearing a nice polycotton blend or spandex. Okay? There would be none of this stuff. It would be all cotton or all flax or all silk. It would not be any of these mixed fabrics. So if you are a person who takes the Bible literally instead of taking it seriously, you better check your closet, honey, because you may have a few sins in there. But listen, this is important. For what reason? Why is it important that we don't take the Bible literally? Because of a few reasons. But the one reason that I want to point out is that if we take the Bible seriously instead of literally, then we will know that the verses about the homosexuality that actually didn't appear in the Bible until 1946 are not about people having a committed adult relationship with a same-sex partner. That's not what that's about. We can't take something that was given in purity culture that has to do with domination and control and apply it to today's standards. There are so many places that this occurs, even in the New Testament. In Matthew and Mark, whenever it's talking about if you sin to cut off your hand or to pluck out your eye, I don't really see very many people walking around with their hand cut off and their eye plucked out. I think that would be probably not what we would take that as actually doing. However, there's going to be people that talk about how the Bible's literal. It's all literal. But if it is, you're failing miserably, because this is what it says. Pluck out your eye. Cut off your hand. Yeah. Hospital rooms would be full, okay? The ER would be overflowing from people cutting off their hands and plucking out their eyes. Because we're not perfect. We sin every day. We do things that are contrary to God's will. Why? Because God's will is for us to have that perfect life. It's for us to experience Him in our lives and to follow the plan that He has for us, because that's how we manifest success. Okay? I know there are people with lots of money who don't believe in God and all this, and that's great. But I feel like anytime, any place that you are at in your life, whether it is down here on the bottom or way up here at the top, that you improve your relationship with spiritually, or that you are enriched in your life spiritually by applying God's will to your life. But God's will is for you to love people. So if you take these verses literally, that's not love. So I really wanted to just say this morning that please read the Bible. Read a translation that you actually understand. Don't be afraid to ask questions. Don't be afraid to wrestle with the things that you find in Scripture so that you can gain some clarity. Scripture is going to be rubbing you the wrong way sometimes, but take it seriously, not literally, because taking Scripture literally hurts people. It traumatizes people. It causes pain, and it's not love. And that's where I wanted to go with that today. Y'all be blessed. If you need me, DM me. If you need prayer, we'll pray. Y'all have a great day.